we begin our awards by honoring some very special people who we call legends of Off-Broadway. Some people complain about that. They say, but I'm too young to be a legend, you know? But, you know, I would say go with it, accept it. It turns out to be a lovely thing. It's sort of a mythical thing. It doesn't really have to do with age. The thing we love about honoring the legends of Off-Broadway is this. After long and sustained careers, they continue to do amazing things. And they're doing them this year. So they're not just legendary, they're happening. And happening right now. These legends continue to surprise and delight us the way they did when they first arrived on the scene, and surprised and delighted audience when the world was young and rents were reasonable. So on to the 2017 Off-Broadway Alliance Awards. Okay, we're going slightly out of order. Here. Okay, so get ready over here. Our first honoree, Charlotte Moore, is I guess she actually needs no introduction, but I've written it out, so here we are, is a dynamo, a force of nature, an adapter, a songwriter, a director, and a visionary producer, and an artist who will do anything to make the impossible happen, and I do mean anything. If you may have noticed, if you visited Irish Rep, that the co-founder and artistic director and artist and producer who you've heard so much about is selling you your tickets at the box office, or ushering you to your seat, or pouring your drink, or greeting a loyal subscriber. And that's how, part of how you turn a single production, which was the original plan, in a small theater on 22nd Street into a cherished, celebrated, and essential part of the culture of New York City. In 1988, Charlotte and her producing partner and co-founder, Kieran O'Reilly, who not incidentally is the director of this year's Off-Broadway Alliance Award Best Revival, decided, they got together and they thought they should produce a one-off production of Sean O'Casey's The Plow and the Stars. That was their plan, but the production was so powerful that the whole town demanded more, and now, 29 years and 129 plays later, the Irish Rep is the stuff of legend. The Irish Rep has produced vivid productions of Irish classics, from Sheridan to Shaw, Oscar Wilde to Samuel Beckett, John Millington Synge, Sean O'Casey, Yeats, Noel Coward, and modern-day Irish playwrights like Brian Friel, Hugh Leonard, Owen McCafferty, and Conor McPherson. Frank McCourt's The Irish and How They Got That Way originated, you know this, as a short piece for an Irish Rep benefit, and was produced at Irish Rep in 1997, before anybody else knew who McCourt was, before Angela's Ashes, and was brought back in 2 subsequent seasons. So Charlotte and the Irish Rep just keep on going, this season with Matthew Broderick starring in Conor McPherson's haunting Shining City, and the gritty and powerful Quietly by Owen McCafferty, a charming revival of Finian's Rainbow, adapted by Charlotte and starring Melissa Errico, and the celebrated revival of Eugene O'Neill's The Emperor Jones. For her energy, her imagination, and her visionary leadership over the past 30 years, as artistic director of the Irish Repertory, I am delighted to present our Legend of Off-Broadway Award to Charlotte Moore.
Longest introduction I've ever gotten in my life. I feel very dangerous and legendary. I could say lots about my guys over here because they're all wonderful and they put up with me, and they voted me the person who has the cleanest bathrooms in the city. But just let me mention one thing, just 2 things. 2 things that happened this past week, and then I'll leave you alone. I want to acknowledge the passing of the Pearl Theater, which I despise, one of us for years who did wonderful work and tried hard, but just got a little behind and by God couldn't make it. I'm very, very sorry. And also the passing of A.R. Gurney, who is a true legend. And I've done 4 of his plays and love him very much. And I just want to acknowledge his absence. He would be here today. Thank you so much.
By the way, since we knew Charlotte was coming, I asked Sardi's if they happen to have a picture of her. And here it is. Can you see it? You look exactly the same. And I just have to read the caption, which I just love. It says, Vincent, to Vincent Sardi, if I could just get a roll with some teeth in it. All right, you can pass it around, you have to give it back. Sardi's wants it back, but I...